Hey everybody, this is Rido and we are back to the Silent Age. Let's continue. I don't even feel really a need to rush here. Each one of these chapters, at least the last three, have been barely 30 minutes. One of them was like 18. We hit the halfway point, got a little bit of a cutscene in chapter Act 5. Now we're doing Act 6, The Island. Having recovered the time traveler's name and address from the morgue, Joe survives all the shore, uh, arrives at the shore of Lake Tricroton in search of the enagment. I know the word. I can't pronounce it right now. Reginald Lambert. So, if this was a iPad game, which it feels totally like it was, I can only imagine you had quite a time trying to read that. It's a little low resolution, low font size. Restart at the beginning so we see. Hopefully, I don't see the entire cutscene again. That would be irritating. No, good. So danger crocodiles, no swimming. Oop. Uh, Very recently to me recording this, there was a alligator crocodile attack that was in the news. It's probably not in the news still. Let's look at this box. The box and label are pretty faded from the sun, but I can make out who it's to or from. It's been sitting here for a pretty long time. I guess nobody will care if I peek inside. It looks like the time travel device might not be charged right now because we're at nighttime. We finally hit that point where we can't go back and forth. Let's see. R. Lambert. This is definitely the right place. Why would you live in the middle of a swamp if you're a time traveler guy? Uh, Danger croc. Oh, come on. Crocodiles? It's pretty obvious Lambert doesn't like visitors, but that sign is really over the top. This isn't exactly Florida. Hmm. And then there's bullets all through it. I got it. Lambert doesn't want visitors. You'd think you're living way out here on an island. You would have made that pretty clear. Okay, so he's assuming there are no crocodiles. Must be some kind of novelty sign. Uh, Click on everything 3 times. That's Lambert's mailbox, right? I guess he must be at his house in the small island, living way out here. It's not big on social visits or buying groceries. Yeah, that would be a nightmare. Buying groceries, bringing them over here. It's a trophy for outstanding excellence in the field of experimental physics. I wouldn't drink out of it, but it may last a few hours. If my last few hours. Oh, I hope you're getting the dialogue here. It just doesn't pop up long enough. Why can't I change that? Let's hit this and see what happens. There's nothing else. It's empty. There's nothing else. So that feels like this just mutes the dialogue for the few times he talks, and that's it. Fuel cap. Plenty of gas left. Am I gonna need a hose to fill the tank with gasoline? Sure, I'll just tip the car and pour the fuel. Back door.
Hmm,
Oh, let's see what we have here.
nice.
A mechanical jack. That'll definitely come in handy. A pump. It's a. I'm not actually sure. Wait. The usage description on the side. Attached to uh, so if we use this on the fuel, enema pump, well, wicked suction. So that's now full of gas. And then this on the park ambulance. The tires are just fine. So is there anything else in the back of the ambulance? Hmm. See, it seems so strange. I could have sworn I was gonna have to fill the trophy with gas. But nope. Doesn't seem like that's the case. Hmm. Interesting. So let's click this and see if we can go. Man, it's out of power again. It seems really ridiculous that it's solar powered. That seems like it wouldn't be enough power, and it also seems really, really strange. Uh, if you have a time machine, I think you'd probably have a better source of energy, a bit better battery than just pure solar power. But it's nighttime, we see. So we have this flooded boat. Let's look at it. It's completely flooded. The boat's not going anywhere but down. I see. So we have to use this stuff to get the water out of it. It's drained. There's no holes at the bottom either. I guess it was just rainwater. Hmm. And then let's look at the motor. It's completely dry. I need to fill it up. So we'll do that. That should do. And now let's just use the boat.
When I was a little lad, and so my mother told me, way haul away, we'll haul away, Joe.
What kind of song is that for your mother to sing to you? We'll haul you away? It's kind of interesting that we had another dialogue there. So let's see. If I click this, can I go back? Haven't even checked the house yet, so nope. I've got no reason to go back there. I guess he doesn't, since I already have the jack. I probably grabbed everything I needed. There's a warning sign again. Right, I get it. Lambert lights his prophecies, but these crocodile sounds are really laying it a bit thick. See, that would be a funny twist if there's like a talking, walking crocodile just shows up, or an actual crocodile that just attacks him. Alright, fence. The spikes are unusually pointy, almost as if someone had sharpened them on purpose. Yep. There's no way I can bend through these bars enough to squeeze through. This job needs a jack, not a Joe. What a dumb joke. Hmm. So, I'm thinking that Joe here is dyslexic, and because of that, he's actually probably undereducated. And I, if they had gone further with that and really committed to the story being that, it would be an interesting point and click adventure game to play as someone who has some learning difficulties and has to actually struggle like we are sort of struggling, or we usually would struggle in a point and click adventure, just to do some very basic things. But they don't feel committed enough to that for that to make sense. It and I could be totally wrong. Man, that jack really did the trick. I should be able to squeeze through now. Hmm. The, I think if you were gonna do something, hey, there is a crocodile. I think if you were gonna go down that route, you probably would need like a point and click adventure where you played as somebody missing a leg, somebody in a wheelchair. Uh, I think you could probably have three characters there and have them start in a as like less than fully capable adults. So have them as kids or teenagers in a facility that would have educated and rehabbed them to so they knew different ways to get things done, and then have some calamity happen and have them have to deal with the real world, where getting upstairs would be usually really easy for somebody who can walk, might be incredibly difficult. Remember, Sure takes his gardening serious. These are some quality shears. Let's go ahead and cut this rose. I can't. Interesting. We have a garden pots. There's nothing to trim. Empty, empty. Hmm. And then we have this crocodile. Are we gonna die if we click on him? Whoa, time out. What the hell? There actually is a crocodile. Uh, so there actually being a crocodile also kind of would be evidence or a thought that this might be a dream. He's just making it all up as he's going. The sudden inclusion of crocodiles when there really shouldn't be is a little strange. Stranger than the time travel stuff. But I guess I'm just gonna throw the shears at him. And this will get unexpectedly bloody. Shears with the wall. Hmm. That would make the manliest epitaph in history. There's no way I'm gonna be the one left to carve it. Garden shears with the no garden pots. There's nothing to trim. Why is the crocodile not clickable now? Hmm. Let's see, I can't do anything else, and we see all this here. Time travel device. It won't charge. So I guess we need to use the shears on the chain link fence, which I don't think that's gonna work. Well, those shears are history, but at least it managed to make a decent me-sized hole. Hmm. So yeah, I don't think shears would cut through a chain link fence. You'd need something a little bit stronger, more designed to cut through metal, not plants. Let's go to the camper door, I guess. Maybe I could connect this to electricity and charge it up. Lucky me, it's open. Wouldn't it be funny if Lambert is here in the camper? Let's look at the drawing. Looks like a blueprint for a still. Was he making moonshine with crocodiles? Small key. Or is he distilling water? Just cooking up some moonshine in here. Hmm. Let, let's see. Must like hooch. See, I find that unbelievable that they just give that as a character trait, but we do see tons of bottles everywhere. A lot of electrical problem, none of which works. None of it's use to me. I don't know what any of that stuff is. Electrical component. Some kind of electronic thing. I really don't know what it is. I kind of miss from point and click adventures too, when you don't, at least every rare occasion, switch to a different character. Playing the entire game as one character seems weird. A classy sundial, very classy. It's a sundial. Let's see. Junction box with a fish. It's locked. Fish pond is a big bright fish down there. If I grab the fish, I'd probably be enough meat on that fish for a decent dinner, but between time travel, nausea, and the world ending, I really haven't much of an appetite today. So I'm thinking we grill the fish in it with electricity. Yuck, somebody forgot to clean out the grill. There's a set of tongs though, that might be useful. Yep, get the tongs. Just an old crusty grill. I'm reading words backwards sometimes. Alright, so this probably opens that. And then let's hit the button. And we fried the fish. Let's hit the button again to turn off the water. Tongs on the fish to get the fish. Now we have the dead fish, which we'll go give to the alligator, crocodile, whatever. I wonder if that song is from the 60s or before. See you later, alligator, in a wild crocodile. Here you go, now shoo, crocodile. That's been the only real, like, conflict we've had in a real long time, if at all. I mean, we were interrogated by the police, but everything else is just items. Figures that come across something that would be useful like a chainsaw, and of course it has no gas, because why would there be any? Let's get some logs. It's just firewood. Let's see, logs, and this, and the front door. Can we just go through the front door? If we got another pump we could get, it's locked. With a crocodile guarding my door, I'd probably keep it locked at all times too. How does he get out of the house though? Look at all those bottles. That could be just design though. He could have bought all those bottles at a uh, what would you call it? A antique store? Yeah. Maybe he's making gasoline. Let's try this with the still. I filled it up with alcohol from the still. I sure hope this works. See, yeah, and I think I'm done with this whole section. Very simple, very, very simple. This flower stands out crazily. I imagine what's going to happen in the next section is we'll be able to move around in this area in the future, but maybe not. Chainsaw with the front door. Here we go. A little extra animation there. And through the front door we go. And we're in chapter 7, the house. I mean, ridiculous, ridiculous. Another 18-minute long level. I don't really have anything to say about it. Just super simple, super ridiculous. Yeah, it's so straightforward. This is the weirdest point-and-click adventure game I've ever played. Anywho, as always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rido. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.